sides can do it. You can, whatever, play games with statistics, but let's just take a number. Let's say, and most people in here probably made less than $100,000 a year, so you were taxed on your income at a certain percentage for Social Security. I believe that limit is somewhere around $108,000 now. So somebody making, and I'm not going to use you, but anybody making, I'm making $150,000 a year. I'm not paying any Social Security tax above that 108. So the percentage of my salary going to taxes is less than this person over here, middle class America. Would you be willing to open it up to raise the limit in terms of salary that could be taxed for Social Security? Again, I'm not changing the percentage of somebody. The person making 150, certainly, then they're going to pay more in taxes, but it's not a higher percentage.
Here's what I think we should do. I think if you look at a means testing formula, and I'll give it to you in its simplest form, which would obviously not be this simple, but Social Security, your benefit, your return on your investment in Social Security is calculated by wage growth over time, right? And if we, and another way to calculate it might be to say, let's look at price growth over time, and price growth has increased far less than wage growth. Models that take a look at those different growth rates, you could simply say, and come very close to equalizing our deficit in Social Security. If we said this, those who are at 50% and below with regard to income over their lifetime, they would continue to get their investment return like you do today. It would be calculated on wage growth. And let's take the top 50% of earners, and those we could calculate their return on their investment by price growth. If you change the way you calculate the benefit for the top earners by doing something simple like that, you almost come into balance with regard to Social Security. So I'd rather say, let's see a smaller return on their investment at the top end when they get their retirement. This is, again, to be very clear, all these proposals that I've talked about have nothing to do with our current seniors. They have nothing to do with those who are about to retire. These are reforms that are to be discussed for my generation. What are we going to get when we get them? I think what's important to say about that is, when you retire, you can't pull the rug out from someone and say, I know I promised you this, but we're not going to give it to you. You planned your retirement around the benefit. But for earlier generations, if you tell us what we're going to get and we're honest with each other, then I can plan my retirement around what I know I'm going to have there. And if you do this, I'd prefer that be the way to go. Because